Well, good evening, everybody. It's Louise Riley here, and I'm really excited to come on this evening and share with you information about our wonderful product range. For those of you who haven't met me before, as I said, my name's Louise Riley, and I have been working alongside the company now for 25 years. I'm a soaring manager alongside my husband Ashley, but also I am an advisory board member for the UK, Ireland, and also Iceland. So what I'd like to share with you this evening is something a little bit different. It's understanding our products specifically for those people who may be following more of a vegan or also a vegetarian diet, or even thinking about products that they're going to be using topically and just want to know about the particular ingredients that we have within our range. So what I'd like to do is start off by really giving you a little bit of an understanding about the difference between being vegan and vegetarian, because maybe some of you that are tuning in this evening are not vegan or vegetarian and need to kind of understand the difference between the different areas. Now, I'm actually somebody that chooses not to eat meat myself. And when you actually look at the different levels, you might say, of somebody that is choosing to be vegetarian, I thought I'd just kind of give you a little bit of a breakdown here. As you can see on the slide, that if somebody chooses to follow a vegetarian diet, the vegetarian diet may include fruits and vegetables, grains and pulses, also nuts and seeds and herbs and spices, and then soy or tofu. And then some people choose to have eggs and dairy products as well as honey. But a vegetarian diet does not include meat, whether it's red meat or white meat, fish or seafood, insects, gelatin or animal rennet, and stock or fat from animals. Now, in addition to that, if someone is following a vegan diet will exclude everything that is actually from an animal source. So this would also include eggs, dairy, and honey. But I don't know about you, if you have gone on a long haul flight and if you are choosing your options of what you're going to have as your in-flight meal, what I always do before I travel, because I choose not to eat meat, I will always go onto the part where you can choose your meal before you actually fly and have a special diet. And I'm quite overwhelmed actually to the extent of the drop down box now and how many different options there are to what you can have as your special diet, alongside people's choices maybe to be gluten-free or lactose-free, etc. So this is some of the areas that may be a little bit confusing for certain people. First of all, some people choose to be what we call a lacto-vegetarian diet, and that is where they will actually have cheese, milk, yogurt, etc. Ovo vegetarian diet will also include eggs, or a lacto-ovo is where it will also include, alongside the eggs, the cheese, the milk, and the dairy products. Someone may choose to be a pescatarian, and that is where they're opting to still continue to eat fish or also seafood. And then a polotarian is someone that chooses to eat the white meat, poultry, and also fowl. And then finally, a flexitarian is somebody that is choosing to, you might say, not necessarily stick to cutting out these foods all the time, but maybe kind of a little bit more flexible in their eating habits. So I just thought that I would kind of bring that into understanding the different levels. And as I'm going through the different products that we have, hopefully you can understand that, because I'm just talking now from a personal point of view, that when it comes to our products, for example, one of the products that we have is our Arctic Sea, and the Arctic Sea contains fish. Now, I'm somebody that I don't like to eat fish. but I would have that supplement because it contains healthy omega-3 fish oils, and I want to put that into my body. So what I would like to do really is get you to understand some of the reasons why on the list that we have, they have been put there. But then I think if you get an understanding of the product, it's the person's decision whether they want to have that product or not. Okay, so it's kind of, suppose what I'm trying to do is get you to see that there are probably more options than you actually may think. Okay, so that's kind of a little bit of an understanding about the different kind of diet choices that people have. And one of the things that is really important is that if you are choosing to follow a vegetarian diet or a vegan diet, one of the key nutrients that we really, really need to get into our body is vitamin B12. Now, vitamin B12 will come in rich sources, such as in your fish, in your meat, in your dairy, eggs as well. And of course, if you're choosing to cut out any of those particular areas, then you are reducing down the very important B12 that you need on a daily basis. And the reason that you need it on a daily basis is because all your B vitamins, just like vitamin C, they're water soluble. And that means that they will, when your body has used what it wants, anything that is left over, it will flush away. It's not actually storing in your body. In fact, generally speaking, your B vitamins and vitamin C will seem to leave your body about every 4 to 6 hours. So you can see that it's something you definitely need to be putting into your body every single day. Of course, we can get B12 in certain foods, and these often are called fortified foods. So if you're getting breakfast cereals, for example, and I'm sure if you look at the side, you've noticed that there is this word that says fortified with, and they are often fortified with B vitamins, including B12. Also, different foods that are specifically made for the vegan and vegetarian market. If you go and have a look at those, you will often see that they have had the addition of B12 to them, such as veggie burgers as an example. And obviously, if you're choosing to have tofu and soy in your diet, and yeast extract, if you're wanting to get a good source of B12, then you may choose to have yeast extract on your toast. Now, why is it so important to be able to put B12 into your body? And what I thought I'd do here is just show you some of the most important reasons why we need B12 on a daily basis. The first one then is our energy yielding metabolism. What that means is that the energy that we have within our body, our metabolism is providing energy for all of our cells. So that is a really important thing. We have around about 40 trillion cells in our body, and every single cell in our body needs to make sure it has energy every day. Then we can take B12 because this is going to help to reduce tiredness and fatigue, and very importantly, our immune system, our nervous system, and then I'm going to come back to the homocysteine in a moment, normal red blood cells, and psychological function. Obviously, our red blood cells, they are the cells that are going to carry around our body to all of our different bodily cells. They're going to carry oxygen and nutrients. So we want to make sure that our red blood cells are getting the best nutritional content that they possibly can, and B12 is very important for that. So I'm just going to come back to this homocysteine, because often people are not sure what this homocysteine is. Well, homocysteine is a substance that you find in your blood, and one of the things is we want to keep our homocysteine levels in balance at a normal level, because if our homocysteine levels rise, then that can have an effect on our overall health. Now, one of the things that we really need to look at is we have in our, you might say, a process called methylation. And methylation, how I like to describe this, I want you just to imagine that you have a computer in your brain, in your head, and it's the computer system that is working everything that goes on through your body. In fact, we have millions, if not billions, of these methylation processes every single second. So as an example, if the fire alarm was to go off, what happens? You will release adrenaline into your body within a second. You will have adrenaline will rise, and that is down to the process of methylation. Now, one of the things that can happen is that if we have too much homocysteine in our blood, it may affect our methylation processes, and that is something that more and more people are becoming aware of now. And often you see your homocysteine, you can actually go and have it tested now to see what is your H score, so to speak. Now, how much do we need? As you can see, you might think, oh, that's a tiny amount. So we have our microgram, 1.5 microgram a day. And we just need to make sure that we're not taking more than 2 milligrams, but that's a lot, okay? Now, we have a most amazing supplement. I absolutely love this supplement. It's one of the supplements that, obviously, because I don't eat meat, I will be taking this every single day. But often people will say to me, if you could recommend any products, what would be your top 10? And without me going through all of the top 10 at the moment, because I'm focusing on vegan and vegetarianism now, this would definitely be one that I would suggest for absolutely everybody. I think B12 is something that is important. And actually, just so you know, that from about the age of 40, B12 is something that some people tend to find that they struggle to absorb anyway into their body. And you often hear about people will be it's suggested to them to take extra B12 as supplements. So this is something that is really important to make sure that if you are choosing not to eat any of the foods that I've mentioned, then you are supplementing with B12, or making sure you are getting B12 in some format. Okay, so the first product that I am going to bring up is our drinking gels. Now, aloe vera is absolutely fine for anybody who is vegetarian or vegan to be able to take. And it's these three drinks are the drinks. I'm going to come back to the Forever Free in a moment. I will say this every single time, you know, why do people choose to have a shot of aloe every day? Most people, they want to have great skin, hair and nails, a good strong immune system, digestive system. They don't want to be tired. In fact, most people, they want to be the best that they can be. And that is why, as one of the key products that I would say alongside one of my 10 would be my drinking gel every single day. That goes without saying. How much to drink? Well, if you look at the side of that, it will give you a serving size of 120 mils. But obviously, if you choose to drink more, then drink more. We also have our aloe minis, which is exactly the same. You can have those. If you choose, if you're following a vegan or vegetarian diet, it's absolutely fine for that. It's exactly the same. And of course, those are in 330 ml. If you choose, you want to have one of those every day or two of those every day. You know, one of the great things about aloe is that it contains over 75 known nutrients, but this cocktail of nutrients, they love working together. So it's the power of the fact that you have all of those wonderful nutrients that are working together. Alongside that, within these three drinks here, it's a rich source of vitamin C. And vitamin C is a fabulous vitamin that has so many roles within our body. And one of them, as we know, is to support a healthy immune system. So this would be where we would start. Now, of course, a question is, the Forever Freedom. Once again, I think that if you can understand why some of those products may not be chosen to be taken by individuals, then once again, it's their choice. So the Forever Freedom contains shellfish. Now, once again, for me, if I want to drink Forever Freedom, I drink Forever Freedom, because for me, it is personally not eating. I don't like eating meat, and I don't like eating fish. For me, I'm just talking about me personally again, it's the textures for me. Now, at this moment in time, I am drinking Forever Freedom alongside the plain aloe vera gel. So I drink a huge amount of aloe on a daily basis. So I drink the aloe vera gel, and I also drink the Forever Freedom, as does my husband Ashley. He also drinks both of them. So once again, just to kind of break it down, to make it a little bit easier, I thought that I would go through the different products and give you some ideas about what's in some of them, so if your questions might be answered in that particular way. So the next one is our supplements, that none of these products here have any animal derived ingredients. We have our aloe blossom tea, which is a great herbal tea. It contains chamomile. It's very, very soothing. A lot of people like to take that alongside the herbal teas, or if they want to reduce their caffeine intake, it's a great hot beverage to have. We have our Forever NutriQ10. That is our supplement that is specifically around coenzyme Q10. We have our Forever Fiber. Now, our Forever Fiber is part of our weight management program, which I'm going to focus on in a moment. But you can also purchase the fiber separately. The Forever Lean is also a product that we suggest alongside people are looking at weight management. This product specifically has 3 main ingredients in there. It has white kidney bean, it has prickly pear or Indian fig or Nepalese, whatever you want to call it, and it also has chromium. And we know that chromium supports normal blood glucose levels. Lyceum Plus, it's a fabulous product. It contains licorice and lyceum. It's a very powerful botanical, and this is a supplement that I definitely like to recommend people to take through the winter. Then we have multi-maca, Peruvian maca. This is another fantastic product that I like to talk about, especially for women to take, and when I'm doing my trainings, then I go through that in more detail. Wonderful Nature Min has lots of minerals in there. Pomestine Power, this is a good source of vitamin C and also lots of berries in there. What you can do with that, you can add it to your aloe, you can add it to fruit juices or to desserts. It's a wonderful, wonderful way to top up your vitamin C, and especially if you want to give some more vitamin C to children. Forever Therm, this contains, the Therm is short for thermogenesis. This is another supplement that we have on our weight management program. And the Forever Therm contains B vitamins and vitamin C, so people will take it to help to reduce tiredness and fatigue. It also has natural caffeine in there, green tea, guarana seed and green coffee bean, and then our super greens. So this is a really, really great product, and you can see on the screen here our little sachets there, our stick sachets. And what you have in here is, alongside some aloe vera, you have 20 different fruits and vegetables together. And this is a great product that we can recommend, and has vitamin E in there, and a whole array of the nutrients in there from our fruits and veg. And then finally at the bottom we have our sports and energy drinks. We have our Fab that contains glucose, And then we have our Fab X that contains no calories, and it also doesn't have any glucose in there. So the Fab is one that you can enjoy as a bit of a pick-me-up. And once again, these are great drinks that I talk about when I'm doing my sports training. So that's just a bit of an overview of the products that don't have any animal derived ingredients at all. And then when we're looking at some other products here, these are specifically, once again, I think if you know the source and why, then people can make a choice if they want to take these products or not. So these particular products here, this is all to do with vitamin D. I'm sure you're aware that vitamin D is really important to support our body, especially our immune health. And the best source of vitamin D actually comes from sun exposure. So with that in mind, the vitamin D that we have is actually derived from sheep's wool, which means that the vitamin D has come from the sheep being out and about in the sunlight. So what we do is we take the vitamin D from the sheep's wool, and this is the source of vitamin D that you get in your RG. This particular drink is in a stick sachet as well, just like the super greens, and this contains L-arginine, which is an amino acid and a precursor for nitric oxide. And then alongside that, we've added some other vitamins and also a whole array of wonderful fruits, a proprietary blend of fruits. And then we have our Forever Calcium, which obviously speaks for itself. Our Forever Daily is our supplement that is giving you your multivitamins and multiminerals. It also, each of the little tablets that we have in there are coated with something called allo-oligosaccharides, and that is a fibre. It's an insoluble fibre that actually is a food for your healthy bacteria in your gut. We have a product for our kids, which is it's a similar product to the Forever Daily, but it's been specifically been designed for children. And then we have our shakes, which is our Forever Light Ultra Vanilla and Chocolate. And finally, a supplement that's been specifically designed for women, and that is the Vitalize for Women. So all of those contain vitamin D, which is derived from sheep's wool. So once again, out of all of those products, I personally would be happy to take all of those, even the Forever Kids, okay? Because adults can take kids as well. Then we have two at the bottom there, that Fast Break Bar, that actually contains milk that's derived from ingredients from cows, and also our Forever Active Pro B may actually have traces of milk from the bacteria, the bacteria strains. That is because the bacteria is lactobacteria. So that is just to kind of give you a bit of an overview about those particular products. If you have any questions about the sources of any other ones that I haven't mentioned so far, then obviously I'm happy to answer that, but it's no point in me just reading them all out, but I'm just kind of going through them in a few batches for you. And then ones that have ingredients from honeybees. A lot of these, obviously, it's because it's the honey that has been mixed together with the absorbent C, the fields of green. So absorbent C is our vitamin C product. Fields of greens, that is a combination of alfalfa. We have our Forever Bee honey, obviously that is from a honeybee. Bee pollen is from a honeybee, bee propolis, and also royal jelly. So they all speak for themselves. Now, a lot of questions that I get, and because I obviously do train a lot on our weight management program, is that what do we suggest for our customers or for ourselves if we are going to be following C9 and the F15? Now, what you have within these packs, you can see you have the aloe berry nectar, or you can choose the peaches, or you can choose the plain gel. We know that is suitable for vegans, so that's absolutely fine. You can see on the right hand side, it also contains Forever Light Ultra. Now, you have learnt that that actually contains vitamin D, and the source is from sheep's wool. So once again, if people ask you the question, you can give them the right information, and it's their choice once again if they feel that they're quite happy to take that. And then in that little box that you see there on the left hand side, the purple box with C9 written on it, then that actually contains Garcinia. It also contains the fibre, and it also contains the therm. So out of that, we know the fibre is okay to take, because we've also already gone through that to say that it is fine, and also the therm is fine to take. So that leaves us with the Garcinia. And the Garcinia, actually the Forever Garcinia Plus, the coating of the Garcinia capsule is a bovine source, all right? So if you want to make a note of that. So once again, it's going through the products and seeing if people want to swap one of them, or however they feel. Now, if, for example, somebody said to you, I do not want to have the Garcinia and I do not have the Forever Light Ultra, let's work on it at that particular way. So we're just going to be cutting those out. The first thing that I would say is that, is it really worth them actually getting the box? Is it worth them getting the F15 or the C9? Isn't it better that they actually purchase loose products, but they can still follow the program? And the reason that they can still follow the program is that we have a Fit app, and we also have the website that I have popped up on here, which is the foreverfituk.co.uk website. And you can literally go on there, you can see the programs, you can see the booklets. If you want to follow the booklets, you can see the videos for the exercise. So you can do that all digitally if you are not going to be getting the actual box. Now, also, one of the things that I would suggest that they are going to be taking instead is maybe to consider popping in there the super greens, because what we are doing, we are encouraging people to reduce down their calorie intake, but maybe adding in the super greens as a supplement. So rather than having the Garcinia or the Forever Light Ultra, they can have the super greens, and they may decide that they're going to have the super greens as a snack mid-morning or afternoon, or just literally incorporate it in what they are deciding they want to eat. So keeping it really, really simple, they have chosen the products that they're happy with. So let's say at a very, very minimum, they are choosing to get the aloe vera drinking gel, whichever one they choose. Now, of course, we do have the 3 different flavors there. Just remember that the peach is not just sweeter, but also it does have a higher sugar content. It's natural sugar, obviously, from peaches and grape juice, but there's still more sugar in that than there is in the plain gel. So you have a choice of the 3 drinks. You're suggesting they're going to take the fiber. You're also going to suggest that they could take the super greens, and don't forget they're also taking the Forever Therm. So these are the products that they're going to be taking. They've gone to the foreverfituk.co.uk website. We also have that website listed, and how to work out your BMR and your AMR is actually on the F15. If you go to the F15 booklet, and it's the first one, the beginner's one, it shows you on there the website and how to go and work out your BMR and your AMR. So your BMR is your basal metabolic rate. So what I do is I say, well, work out your BMR, and it might be, for example, that somebody is a lady and her BMR works out to be 1,500 calories, okay? So she will be following 1,500 calories. And all I do is I say, right, you've got 1,500 calories, and what you're going to do is split that 1,500 calories through the course of the day. And it might be that you choose to have so many 100 calories for breakfast, lunch, an evening meal, or depend how your day is, you might be more of a grazer and you take that 1,500 calories and you choose to have breakfast, a mid-morning snack, a light lunch, an afternoon snack, and an evening meal. But basically I say follow your BMR, that 1,500 calories, and you can use that however you want to do that. Over 9 days or 15 days, 9 days, because you're not doing the F15. So you're doing about 9 days, seven to 9 days is something that they can follow, but never go over the 9 days of being on such a low amount of calories. Okay, so if you want to continue, then you would then increase your calorie intake. And how you do that, so when you are on that 9 days, you are doing gentle exercise. You're not putting enough fuel in your body to really get your body going. And that means then that the gentle exercise you may be doing is going out for a walk. You might be going for a gentle swim or a bike ride. You're walking the dog, maybe it's like a bit of a brisk walk, but we're not doing a lot of cardio. The cardio all starts when you get into the F15. But once again, I'm not kind of doing a training on that today. It's more giving you direction of what products to take and the basics to follow. If you are then moving on to the F15, or you decide you are going to be doing the F15, then exactly the same thing. You're going to be using those products that you have chosen, and then you're going to calculate out now your AMR, which is your active metabolic rate. Now, if you are following the beginners or the intermediate, your active metabolic rate, so just go to the website and follow the instructions how to work out your AMR, but your active metabolic rate, you'd be working it out if you're doing beginners or intermediate. You're going to be working on your moderate setting, so you'll see light, moderate and heavy, so it's moderate. Okay, so let's say then, for example, you have a man and his BMR, men's BMRs tend to be more than a woman. His BMR is, let's say, 2,000 calories, okay? But his AMR at moderate works out to be 3,700 calories, which you'd be quite surprised how high it can go. Then what he's going to do is he is going to take his 3,700 calories and he's going to take 500 calories off that, which now brings it down to 3,200 calories. And what he will be doing then, he will be following his 3,200 calories. That's just to give you a bit of an idea. And then he will take that amount and he will do the same thing, is split it between the meals that he chooses to have in the day. And that will be his breakfast, his lunch, his evening meal, and snacks in between, if that's how he prefers to do that, okay? Now, what recipes are you going to do? What food are you going to eat? Well, that's really, really simple. Remember, everybody is different to the kind of food that they choose that they want to eat. And so I simply say, now you have worked out what you want to have for breakfast, or how many calories for breakfast or lunch or dinner, then you can literally, and there's so many recipes out there, I say just literally search for healthy breakfast options for vegans, healthy breakfast options for vegetarians, healthy breakfast options for, okay, pescatarians, whatever you choose. And then you put the amounts in. So healthy breakfast options for vegetarians for 300 calories, snacks for 200 to 300 calories, healthy lunch options for vegetarians for 400 calorie meals or 600 calorie meals or 800 calories. There's so many out there, and it just gives people more of a choice of knowing that they can follow what suits them. Now, obviously, in the C9 and the F15 booklets, I actually wrote those recipes, and there are some vegetarian options in there. There are a few things that vegans can have, but I just think it's really nice that people can choose themselves. So it's keeping it really simple. They're taking our products, they're going to our website, they're using the program by the different exercise options that we give, and then they can choose the foods that they want to. So it's a combination of all of those things. So I hope that has helped. Okay, moving on then, as we're coming to the last kind of parts of the presentation this evening, I just thought as well I would break it down into other products that we have, more of our topical products as well. And the ones that I have listed on here are, you might say, not just our personal use products, but products that you might find around the bathroom as such. And you can see there that we have all of these. There's no animal derived ingredients at all. We have our deodorant, we have our hand soap, shampoo, and our conditioning rinse, our aloe avocado face and body soap, and our aloe scrub, the green one that you can see on the picture, our aloe vera jelly, our heat lotion, our aloe MSM gel, and then our lovely sprays, our 25th edition, which I absolutely love. And then what's also really interesting is to know that our Forever Aloe MPD, our multi-purpose detergent, is a household product that you can use around the home. So those are our products that we have in the bathroom. And then finally, and then I'll look at the questions. So if you've got any questions, pop them up there. I'm going to look at the questions in a moment. Is that skincare? And you can see them all there. We have either the Infinite Cleanser or the Sonia Cleanser, are both fine. They have no animal derived ingredients. And we have, from the Target range, you can see on the slide that the one that is white and blue, or our products that are totally blue, they are known as our Target range. We have three main product ranges in skincare. We have our Infinite by Forever, which is the purple and the silver range, and that is, you might say, for our anti-aging system. And then we have our green range, and green and white range, and that is our Sonia range. It's a gel-based system. And then the Target is one that literally does that, targets specific areas. It's in the blue and the white. As the balancing toner is part of that as well, as is the aloe activator and the hydrating serum that you can see on the slide. The illuminating gel, the Forever Epiblanc, that's where we just take a small amount and we pop it onto areas where maybe we've had a little spot, or there's a little bit of scar tissue that's left over from maybe having a spot or a blemish. We have our refining gel mask. That's our mask that we can wear at night time. Our Forever Alpha E Factor, love that product. It is such a versatile product. It has aloe vera gel oil in there. It has bisabolol, which is essence of chamomile. It's really soothing, fabulous product. Protecting Day Lotion, so that's our moisturizing lotion that has our SPF protection in there, as does our aloe sunscreen. And then finally, our Gentleman's Pride. So the Gentleman's Pride is a moisturizing balm that guys, I mean, I love the smell of it, that they can use as their moisturizing balm, or maybe after shaving. So those are those products there. Just so you know, so some people might ask these questions, is that some of the products are not listed on there because they have ingredients that are derived from bees. Obviously, some of our products contain bee propolis. So the ones very quickly that come from bees is the Infinite Restoring Cream and the Marine Mask. Our Tooth Gel is another one, which is our bathroom product. Our Aloe Lips and our Aloe First. Yeah, so, oh, and our aloe propolis cream, I mentioned that. And then the other ones on there are Awakening Eye Cream. The collagen source from there is fish collagen. That is because it's quite interesting that, you know, we have different kinds of collagen around our body. We have collagen everywhere, and the fish collagen that we use, a marine collagen, it's been shown to be the same grade of collagen that you get in human skin, because obviously collagen is a protein fiber, and we get collagen, like I said, you can get collagen in your teeth, you get it in your bones, ligaments, tendons, everywhere. Okay, so that's why we use fish collagen. And I think the firming serum from the Infinite range, we have an ingredient there which is derived from milk. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I think I've gone through quite a lot. I know I've got questions up there. Now just bear with me while I stop sharing my screen, and I am going to the questions. So let's see if I can I'm going to see if I can answer some of these questions that we have up here. Obviously, I will answer the questions that I'm allowed to answer. Some of them may not be compliant. Let me have a look. So omega-3 fish oils. Yeah, well, we can also get omega-3, which can come from alpha linolenic acid, is something else that you can get from nuts and seeds. It's not the same sort of like omega-3 fish oil, but you can get another source of healthy fats called ALA, alpha linolenic acid, which comes from your nuts and seeds. Can you have too much B12? Because your B vitamins are vitamins that are water soluble, that basically your body's very, very clever. It likes to be, as we call in homeostasis, when it likes to be in balance. So if it feels it's had enough B12 or enough B6, that's why literally your body will just flush away anything that it doesn't need. Okay, so vegetarian daughter off to uni. She wants to have one supplement. Aloe vera drinking gel. What I always say is, start with your drinking gel first as your main product. So that's what I would suggest there. What else? Okay, so yeah, the Fit app, it can be down to the fact that we are changing over onto a new platform called Titan, but you don't have to worry about the Fit app. To be honest, I always send people to the website foreverfituk.co.uk. So you've got everything that you need on there, so send them to that rather than the Fit app if they're struggling with that. So let's just think what we're trying to achieve on the C9. A question here is, if you're swapping the Garcinia with something like the Super Greens, would this have a different effect on the C9, and how? Okay, one of the things that you're taking the Super Greens, the Garcinia for, is because our Garcinia is also known as something called tamarind, and tamarind, like other things that you eat, can affect how you feel. Now, serotonin is our happy hormone, and 70% of your serotonin actually resides in your gut. And that means that the kind of foods that you choose to eat can affect how you feel. Hence the reason that when you eat a nice ice cream, it makes you feel good. And that is because it is full of refined sugar. And unfortunately, refined sugar is one of those things that people eat because it can make them feel good. What we can do then is, if people are not going to be taking the Garcinia, then we can suggest that they change some of the snacks that they're eating, the foods they're eating, for foods that I like to put in that category of what we call feel-good foods. And you can research this and you can see foods that have an effect on your serotonin. So go and have a look at that yourself. But just to give you an idea, nuts and seeds, bananas, kiwi fruits, tomatoes, walnuts, these are some of the things that can have an effect on what I call your feel-good foods. So that's what I would definitely get people having. But because the super greens is packed full of all of these different vitamins and minerals from over 20 fruits and veg and some aloe, plus some nutrients in there, is that since I've been taking that supplement, and I take it every single day, I just feel content, or I just feel complete. So it's just giving yourself an extra something there. Now, the whole idea of the C9 is it's giving your body some time out. It's giving you 9 days to change some of your eating and drinking habits. Okay, so that's what you're doing: drinking plenty of aloe, taking some good foods, reducing down your stimulants, so you can be reducing down your tea and your coffee and maybe alcohol and your sugary snacks. Reduce them down, but you don't have to cut them all out. It's really to help you change your eating habits. So I hope that makes sense there. Yes, that's right, that the Forever Daily is not vegetarian because it's only down to the vitamin D. As I put on the list, any of those products that was on that specific list, the only thing that you are looking at is the vitamin D in there. We don't test our products on animals, but you know what? Our products, our animals love our products. Yeah, so the coating of the Garcinia is bovine, okay? Bovine. So if someone can't be taking the Garcinia and they want to take the Forever Lean instead of, because it contains chromium. Now, you can add in the lean if you want to, but one of the things is the Garcinia is really to do with how it's making you feel. Think about the tamarind, and I'm saying about tamarind and having bananas and having tomatoes and walnuts and things like that. Think about having it as how it's making you feel. There's the chromium in there. Now, there's less chromium in the lean, but if you specifically want to take a supplement for chromium because you want to address your blood glucose levels, because we know chromium helps with normal blood glucose levels, then yes, you can add in the lean. But the lean and the Garcinia are two different kinds of products, all right? Next question. Yes, adults can enjoy the Forever Kids, and probably in there you're not getting all the same nutrients as you would in the Forever Daily, but it is a way to get your as I said, some of your key vitamins in there, especially vitamin A and D and E. The moisturizing lotion, the moisturizing lotion contains collagen, and I have been waiting just to have a double check up on that, but we do know that the aloe lotion actually contains lanolin, and I'm sure you're aware that lanolin is this wonderful oil that comes from sheep's wool. And did you know that lanolin is so beneficial for human skin, hence the reason that we have it in our aloe lotion? Okay, if the question is being asked about, is it taking our B12 tablets if you're taking other B12? Yeah, well, I think I've already answered that question, but one of the things that is important, if you're somebody that is already taking a B12 supplement from your health practitioner or having B12 injections, it's really important that you go and discuss our supplements with your health practitioner and don't just suddenly stop. Okay, the Forever Lean, I've been asked again, can you replace that? And our B12 is definitely vegan, yes. So that's why I put it right at the beginning with our drinking gels, and then our B12 is vegan. Okay. The moisturizing lotion and the aloe lotion have actually, and the R3 factor, if you were to go on to look at information about those, they are saying they're suitable for vegetarians. Okay, so that's the R3 factor, the aloe lotion, and the moisturizing lotion. Now, as I said about the lanolin and the collagen, but because it's a topical, it's topical. Once again, it's down to choice what people are happy putting in their body and on their body. Let me see. Sorry, guys, I'm just reading these questions to make sure that I can answer them. I think it's always important, Lorraine, to make sure that if people just going, if they do have a concern about their B12 and their body absorbing B12, yeah, go and get yourself looked at, and it's always a good idea to go and get someone to look into that for you. Is it all right to mix the super greens with the RG and the drinking gel? You know what? I say this all the time. My favorite drink that I have every single morning is I take my RG, my NutriQ10, the one that's the coenzyme Q10, and my super greens. I put them into a glass and I add a tiny bit of hot water, and that just helps it to mix very, very easily. And then I top it up with my favorite aloe. Now, as I said, that I have my aloe drinking gel, and then I also put some Forever Freedom in there. So that's what I have every day. So yes, you can definitely mix them all together and enjoy them. And my super greens. Did I say I put my super greens in there? My aloe, my RG, my NutriQ10, and my super greens all together. And yeah, so we have vitamin D and ImmuBlend. Is that from a different source? I'm not 100% sure on that. All I know that the ImmuBlend, let me tell you, I just need to make sure that the reason the ImmuBlend is not on the list, Caroline, is because of the lactoferrin. Now, the lactoferrin that you get in the ImmuBlend is actually a source of, it's a milk source. So it's a protein that we have from milk. The vitamin D, I haven't had that information, but basically what we're saying there, that product would not be suitable for vegans because of that. The Forever Focus, it is not suitable for vegans, and I would have mentioned it, and vegetarians. It is to do with the L-tyrosine. The L-tyrosine that we have in there is actually coming from an animal source. So that's why that isn't on the list. What else have we got? Lots of questions tonight. What will be on? Okay, we're all right. What the alternatives? Okay, people that don't like going on diets and they want to lead a busy lifestyle. You know, once again, we always say it's really good. My key products, actually, if you think about what's in our Vitalize, that specifically we have our drinking gel. Now our Pro B, as I said, you've got to think about that. Once again, depends on people's diets, but there may be traces of milk in there from the bacteria. But my key products would be the drinking gel. To take the Forever Daily, but if you're worried about the vitamin D, take the super greens and the probiotic. If you're obviously quite happy with the fact there may be traces of milk in there. Okay, so those are the ones that I would say as a basic to support people that have leading busy lifestyles. Okay, so someone doesn't like the Garcinia and someone doesn't like the Therm. Right, okay, well, the Garcinia, as I've mentioned, that think about foods that have an effect on, like you call those feel-good foods again that I've mentioned, so you can take that. And the Therm, maybe if you want to avoid something, even if it has natural caffeine in it, if you want to decide that you want to avoid the Therm, then think about the thermogenesis. Okay, now thermogenesis, what happens in your body with thermogenesis is where our body creates a certain amount of heat. There are an array of herbs and spices that contain what we call their thermogenic herbs and spices, and that means if you want to swap something over, look at taking something that has thermogenic properties. We have some of those things are like green tea, so you can start to drink green tea. What else? You have turmeric. So one of the things again that we have there is with the turmeric, we have turmeric, which is the most amount of turmeric we have is actually in the Forever Move. But with the Forever Move, what you have in there is you have natural eggshell membrane. So it just depends again what level that you are at, if you are not happy having anything from eggs. Otherwise, you can take herbs and spices. You can keep away from the supplements completely and just add in some lots of nice herbs and spices into your cooking, which are thermogenic. So we have cinnamon, we have chili, horseradish, mustard, turmeric you can add in if it's in a powder form. So that's what I would do into my cooking. I would also add in, as I said, you can buy tamarind paste that you can add into your cooking, and you can use all those wonderful things like I mentioned there. Go and research foods and serotonin. So that's what I do. I'd be changing my diet, but once again, I would definitely be taking the super greens. Okay, and we are coming to, I'm going to do, this is going to be my last question, and then any questions that I haven't answered, because I have so many questions to get through. I haven't had a chance to get through them all. So bear with me. I will get back to all of you who I haven't answered. Let me just go through. In fact, I'll answer 2 more questions. Forever Kids, adults, just double up what the children are taking. So Vitalize for women contains vitamin D. The Vitalize for men, the source for Vitalize for men, the capsule of that is bovine. Okay, so that comes from, bovine is coming from a cow. It's the gelatin that you have there. So that's the men's one. And lanolin, yes, which is in the lotion. The lanolin is so soothing for people that have maybe dry skin or rough skin. So it's fabulous for that. And this is definitely the last question. Okay, that was the last question. Oh, well, this one last question. What is coenzyme Q10? Coenzyme Q10 has lots of different roles in the body, but the main thing about coenzyme Q10, in all of your cells in your body, you need to create energy, as I said. And this energy that we create comes from these little batteries, like I like to call them, and they're called your mitochondria. And these batteries, these mitochondria, in some parts of your body, you have hundreds or thousands, sounds like a cake decoration, hundreds and thousands of them in certain parts of your body, like your brain and your muscles and your heart, where you need to create more energy. Now, what you find in the middle of your mitochondria is something called coenzyme Q10. And coenzyme Q10 is a key component of your mitochondria. And what literally happens is you have your oxygen and you have your glucose go into your mitochondria, and then out comes energy, which is called ATP energy. We need to make sure that our coenzyme Q10, which is a key component of our mitochondria, is in good amounts to make sure your little batteries are working correctly. And I'm going to stop there because, like I say, I have a huge amount of questions still on there, and I know it is now 9 o'clock and you need to go and put your feet up. So I hope you found that of interest. Obviously, with all the questions I've got there, I think you have. As I said, I will get back and to answer all those questions as soon as I possibly can. But it has been great catching up with you guys, and I look forward to speaking to you all again soon. Take care and enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye for now.